on Nova 100.
Hey, guys, remember Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen?
Oh, yes.
How old do you reckon they are now?
102.
35.
37.
Really?
Same
That's a
age
good
as me.
guess.
Remember they used
Which
to
is weird
swap them
because I
out?
loved Full House, and I remember looking at them thinking they were little babies.
But they would swap them out on Full House.
Yeah,
so it was
they'll-
two kids that played one role. Because of child actor rules,
Yeah.
they can only do like
Well,
4
so
hours.
they were never in the same room at the same time.
No,
they
they
weren't.
played the one
Unless they were
character.
in the silly little double stroller.
Yeah. But then they did all those other fun movies as well. Anyway, now they're like billionaires because they've got their fashion label, which is
That's
called
right.
The Row. I went in there recently when I was in Los Angeles and they looked at me like, what?
What, they're working behind the counter?
No, not them. Sorry.
She doing stock take.
No, she wasn't doing something.
Mary Kate or
Can
Ashley?
I help you?
Security were like, you are not cool enough to be in here, love, nor can you afford to shop in here if you could see yourself
Did you
out.
look like you're picking up your daughter? Was it just more of a young target?
No. Oh, no. Their handbags like $15,000, start at like $15,000.
Jesus.
The Row is like the ultimate luxury brand.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's called quiet luxury, you know, like where there's no branding.
Gotcha.
And it's just
Understated
beautiful. It is
luxury.
beautiful, but they were absolutely right. I didn't
I say
belong
the
in that.
same about my AS colour shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very
Understated
different.
luxury.
Yeah.
It is. Quiet luxury, it's called. Anyway, Mary Kate Olsen is back in the headlines because she's been spotted with her ex, which has started a lot of conversations about whether or not it works to get back together with your ex after a long hiatus. Many people are in the headlines, like Bennifer at the moment, Ben and Jen. They obviously dated many, many moons ago. Were they married in the first place? Broke up, went their own ways, had kids.
Hollywood
and now
wedding.
Now they're remarried.
I think a big element is how the relationship ended in the first place.
right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so we refer to it affectionately as my quarter life crisis. Lou and I got together. I would have been 22. She was 21. She was having that party era after school where I pretty much finished school and got straight into work experience, working in radio.
Oh,
and
so sensible. Screams boring. Don't blame her for dumping you.
Wow, we haven't even got to that bit yet.
At 20.
And then we started dating, got together, moved to Brisbane together, bought a house together, had a dog and everything.
Oh, I didn't know. I knew about the house. I didn't know you had a dog.
Yeah, and then at about 24, 25, I was ready to have that gap year. Whoa, let's party and
So
stuff.
you're a late bloomer for the party.
And she was ready to settle down. So no one,
Jeez.
there wasn't cheating or affairs or anything, but we just sort of, all of a sudden, we're on
Went
two
out
different
different ways.
tangents in life.
but we
So
have a dog. Who got the dog?
She got the dog.
Of course she got the dog. You
Had
couldn't
to
be
pay her
trusted
out of the
with a dog.
house. She moved back to Sydney. It was like the full
So
breakup.
did you both start seeing other people straight away?
Not straight away.
Okay.
Not
But
straight away.
when you did, when you saw
Who
Lou
went
with
first?
somebody else,
Who had
did
a
it
new
sting?
partner first?
Well, here's the thing. I could never commit to an actual relationship with someone else because
Really?
I think in the back of my mind, I was always like, if Lou was to find out I was in a relationship, I knew that would crush her. So
Well,
obviously,
no, she dumped you.
Did it sting you though, seeing
That
her with
look,
other blokes?
it looks good, kill.
I just killed you 3 times over.
But didn't she dump you?
Well, it was amicable.
Was it?
No, it was. It
was amicable.
It was me that actually called it, which I feel really
guys,
bad about.
You guys broke up and then you thought you couldn't be with anybody else.
Like I just went out and had my partying and all that sort of stuff, and then like I would meet girls who I got along with, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, you know, can we let's date?" And I was like, in the back of my mind, I just never
Lou.
want this girl finding out Lou finding out that I've.
Did Lou do the same? Did she stay home and not meet anyone else?
No, she went out and met people. Well, that was the thing. When we actually decided to get back together, we sat down and said, let's have a conversation about everyone we have been with
So there's no
on the
surprises.
break. Exactly. Because what we didn't want is back together and in 2 months' time you find out someone from like your outer group was involved.
But also, there's nothing worse than like feeling like everyone else knows about it and you're the last one
Exactly
to find
right.
out.
Exactly. So,
So
we were
were
like,
you honest?
Yep. We had an honest
Completely honest?
Yep. We had
Did
an
she,
honest conversation and we were like, at least there's, no shocks and surprises, and gave it another go.
Did she go out with any hotties?
She
Yeah,
would
she
have.
dated a guy that owned a gym.
Oh, were you
And?
jealous?
He was a good-looking rooster.
Was he?
Yeah.
Have you seen him before? Have you seen him
Well, in
again?
fact, I was on a boy.
Man, if she could see you right now, he's sitting behind the microphone in a Nova 100 t-shirt because he decided the t-shirt he wore in here this morning was too tight and he felt restricted. So, I mean, I can't imagine why Lou
You
would have
said it
broken
looked
up
like
with
a
you
crop top
to date a gym junkie.
He owned a gym. I was like, he is one big
compare
lad.
the pair.
And he was a hottie, was he?
Yeah, he was a good-looking rooster.
Were you jealous?
A little bit, yeah. But you know
I
what?
think a bit of jealousy is good, like a little bit.
We
If
put
you
that
don't
behind us.
care, you don't care.
Exactly
You know what
right.
I mean? Like a
Exactly.
little bit of. Oh,
But for us, that was
jealousy.
our big thing. We had to sit down and have the honest conversation about who we've been with, so there's no surprises. And it worked for us.
And now you're happily married, flourishing. Clint said before.
13 24 10 is our number. I'm sure I'm not alone. I think other people would have got back with exes.
Not me. Not me.
Door's not still open.
Although I had a
It's
a
a no
boyfriend.
refund policy.
Yeah. I did have a boyfriend I was with for a long time. We split up and then we got back together. And that was like a really fun stage.
Well, it's like you obviously had something there to begin
Yeah.
with. But I really do think
I
it
think
depends.
you're right. If you really
how-
hurt someone
Yeah,
and
how
that's
it
why you
ended.
separate, it's different.
Exactly. 13 24 10. Did you go back to an ex? How long was the gap? Are you still together? Maybe it didn't work.
I've got a friend who they dated in high school and like their early uni years, split up, both got married, had kids, and now
No.
they're in their 40s. Yeah, and they're back together and they are the best couple you could ever imagine.
Really?
Yep. They are like
Full Brady Bunch.
full Brady Bunch.
Wow. There you go. Can work 13 24 10 to join us on the air. We're talking about getting back with your ex. Seems to have worked for Mary Kate Olsen.
Well, she's been spotted with the ex, the old hockey player, Sean Avery. Will it work out? Who knows?
You never know. Lou and I had a quarter life crisis. We broke up for about 14 months, moved states, and got back together.
Yeah. And my friends, well, they broke up for like 20 years. They were like in their 20s. Now they're in their 40s. In fact, he's nearly 50. And they are so happy and the best couple of all time.
Tell you what, we're very lucky that neither of us had friends bag us out after we broke up.
Or take sides.
Oh, we've all done that.
Because you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like-
my God. I did it to a friend of ours. And remember? I bumped into her at Derby Day and I said, you look so great. And I said, remember this time last year you were with that flop of a boyfriend,
Drop kick.
that drop kick.
Yep.
And I was like, and you look so happy
And
now.
what did she say, Lauren?
We're back together. I said, I always liked him. I just said it because I was sticking
Just
up
back
for you.
together.
Oh, my God. It was so bad. In the middle of the dance floor at Derby Day, I was like, anyway, bye. Have a nice life together.
Kylie. Good morning, Kylie.
Good morning.
Back with an ex. How long was the break?
14 years.
And how long have you been back together?
We're now married with 2 kids. We've been back together for 12 years.
And how long
Wow.
were you together before the breakup?
So we went out when we were 14 years old
Oh.
for about a year. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I love this. Did you stay friends during that 12-year or 14-year hiatus, or did you just not see each other and then you somehow reconnected?
We saw each other out sometimes, but not very often.
Yeah.
He
That's
loved
so good.
See, I actually think it's good you broke, like, I don't know, sometimes with childhood
Yeah, yeah,
sweethearts,
yeah,
I go,
I mean, 14s.
but if you start dating
They're
at
going
14,
to the movies and stuff. Probably cute.
but if you're still with your partner from when you met when you were 14, it's like,
Yeah. You
know.
haven't lived.
you've driven a Commodore your whole life. and,
Yes.
Oh, the
Well,
neighbours
but
have got a Falcon.
How
Wonder
very
what that's
dare
like.
you?
Or
Maybe they've been
Hyundai.
driving
Could
a
be
Ferrari
Hyundai.
their whole life.
I know, but there's always a Lamborghini down there. I mean, there's other cars. That's all I'm saying.
Other modes of transport.
Many people only have one lifelong partner, and that is not for me, but very fair.
That is not for me.
It's not for you either, it turns out.
Anna on 13 24 10.
It's a bit late.
Hi.
Your grandfather got back with his ex.
Yeah, so they were courting in his 20s in country Victoria, and they met my grandma, and then about 45 years later, my grandma passed away,
Oh,
and then about 5 years after that, they reconnected after her husband passed away, and they were together until my grandfather passed away last year.
oh my gosh. They healed each other's broken hearts. That's so beautiful.
It is, and it was really lovely.
Oh, my phone's dropping out there. That is,
You'd
is.
have to check no foul play with grandma.
What?
Like if he was still
Jason!
burning a torch for the
Well,
other.
that's
Jason,
that's actually
go
a
and
good
wash
point.
your mouth out,
That's a
both
good-
of you.
No, that's a good point.
Guys, no.
If he was holding a flame,
He wasn't. He had his heart broken and they healed it. They mended each other's broken hearts. Don't talk like that. Don't think like that. Guys,
Now Doreen's
true
out of the
love
way.
You
stories
just got to be
exist.
suspicious.
That's
I mean,
all. You
You
just got to
don't
check.
have to be suspicious. Why go
Well-
through life being suspicious about everything? Why not just enjoy people loving each other and having a nice life together. Jason.
I'm just saying, ask the question.
I mean,
No,
Gran's got
don't
needs
ask
as
the
well.
question.
What's
So,
that?
no, nothing.
What are you saying about Gran?
She had needs as well.
Oh, my God, stop it, you two. Stop it.
Let's go to Jenny.
Sometimes I hate you two, and I know hate is a strong word, but I really mean it this morning.
Jenny, good morning.
Good morning.
You got back with an ex?
Jenny, tell them to pull their heads in, will you?
Nah, come
Tell
on,
them
Jen.
to mind their
Morning,
manners.
guys.
They need to mind their manners, don't they? Because,
Jenny, you think he topped off the grandmother too, didn't you?
well, Jenny's got back with an ex, and heaven help us if something happened to her ex in between.
Yeah, no, I went out with the boy next door. He just moved in, and he was quite lovely. And anyway, I went out with him for a year, and my dad didn't approve. So my dad gave him the warning. So he pulled me out in the car one day and said, "We have to break up, your dad."
Oh,
Respectful. I like that.
No. Yep.
Yeah. So then I dated a boy my parents approved of, and I ended that one. And
Was he
I went
boring?
out- yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Putting it mildly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went overseas. While I was overseas, I started getting love letters from the ex, and he
Love
was telling me what he
letters.
missed and why he missed me. And when we got back, my second ex had pulled up in his driveway, was sussing him out, and then they decided they were going to compete for me when I got back.
They fought for your love.
Yes,
Who won?
the first one, of course.
Oh, the neighbour.
Yep. The fun boy.
Oh, my God, they fought for her love. That's
letters?
very, we were talking about this the other day, Cryle Castle, where they, what's it called, where they go on the
Joust.
horses with
Or
the
fencing?
with the stick.
Fencing?
And that's how they fight for love
Or jousting?
in like the 1800s.
Yes.
What's wrong with you? What's
Nah,
that for?
my mind's still back on that other one.
The Gran?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd get a payout too.
Stop it. It's not funny.
All right.
True love exists, guys.
She could've
We
got,
know, I know.
got a pool?
Coming up next,
Stop it.
5K question.
Extension?
Stop.
Drop it.
Gonna be a good day. Jason Lauren. Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.